Click the link in the description for your free Amsoil catalog. Before we get started, I'd like to give a quick shout out to some of our friends. The Eastern Snowmobile Racing Hall of Fame. Search for them on Facebook. Central Minnesota Pond Racing. Search for them on Facebook. The historic Lancaster Motel for the ultimate Eastern trail riding adventure. Crane's Snowmobile Museum at 172 Main Street in Lancaster, New Hampshire. The Vintage Snowmobile Club of America Quarterly Magazine. The New Hampshire Snowmobile Museum at Bear Brook State Park in Allenstown, New Hampshire. And lastly, if you decide to advertise with the Vintage Snowmobile Podcast, this could be your advertising message. Well, good evening and welcome to the podcast. I'm really glad you're here. I have a robust lineup of vintage snowmobile entertainment on tap for you tonight. But before we get into all of that, I want to make sure that everything is working properly. So if you can see my face and hear my voice, I'm going to ask you to leave a comment. Please let me know where you're viewing this from and whether you are a first-time viewer or a regular viewer. Now, to our first-time viewers, if this is your first time hanging out with us tonight, I hope you have a good time with us tonight, and I hope you decide to join us here each and every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. This podcast simulcasts to 8 different places across Facebook and YouTube. So wherever you're viewing right now, just circle back in 1 week's time, and we'll be here waiting for you with another fun-filled episode. Now, to our regular viewers who are here week after week, month after month, and season after season, you guys are the ones who make this possible, and we really, really appreciate it. So let's take a few comments, and then we'll bring our friends on, and we will get the party started. And we've got comments aplenty coming in here. Let's see. BCJ Vids says hello. Hello back. Nice to see you. Jeffrey Patton says good evening to Mike and Rob. Good evening. Nice to see you, Jeffrey. Regular viewer David from Alaska Railroad says good evening, Mike, guests, and members. Well, thank you. Nice to see you. Our good friend John Springer Jr. is in the house. Good evening, everyone from Eland, Wisconsin. Cool deal. Ben Thomas is in the house. Good evening. You're looking and sounding good in the Carterville, New York neighborhood. Very cool. Nice to see you. And Ben and I were messaging earlier today. It's great to see you on here. Cool deal. Oh, Reese Fleury is in the house. A good friend of ours also. Good evening. Loud and clear from Tupper Lake, New York. Regular viewer. Very regular viewer. And we do appreciate that. Someone on Facebook is saying loud and clear from Sudbury, Ontario. Cool deal. Brian Van Haverbeek is saying good evening from Mount Bridges, Ontario. Looking forward to tonight's show. Thank you. Nice to see you. James Whiteside says loud and proud, Mikey. Yes. Good to see you. Jim Holbrook, a fellow Vermonter, says regular viewer. Sounds good. Appreciate that. Alan Gove from New Hampshire. Regular viewer. Nice to see you, Alan. And Alan's going to be on here in the very near future. In fact, let me look at my little calendar here. The 14th of March, we're going to be having Alan Gove on here as our guest. We're going to have a great time. Going to have some show and tell and a lot of cool stuff. So be sure and tune in for that. Mark Radil says, good. Sounds good here in Northeast Ohio. Very cool. Stacy and Art Fosler, regular viewers, saying hello from Platkill, New York. Very nice to see you. Todd McMillan is in the house. Regular viewer. Do it. Cool deal. Should that be DOO it? Are you a Ski-Doo guy? Is that where you're going with that? And Mad Dog is here. Sounds and looks good here in Wisconsin. Hello, all. Very cool. Brent Corbin is in the house. All clear in mid-Michigan. Hello, Mike. Nice to see you. Steve Woodward giving us a thumbs up. We appreciate that. Mick Campbell is viewing tonight from Randolph, Vermont. He sent me some images of the Rutland Vintage Snowmobile Show on the 17th, and we do have those loaded up to view a little later in the podcast tonight. So we thank you, Mick, for sending us those images. That's going to be great, and we appreciate that. Midnight Rider says, good evening to all. Looking forward to another amazing podcast. Great job, Mike. Northwest Minnesota has fresh 4 inches of snow as of Tuesday. Regular viewer. And also, we're going to the comment that you sent us a couple of weeks ago. We're going to be airing that tonight as well. One last comment here. Darren Bradley says, live from Sudbury, Ontario. Looks good. And yeah, the comments are just flooding in. I'm going to return to the comments. I want to bring our guests on and get this party started, but it's a nice problem to have so many comments coming in. Let me just get where I need to be. Bring our friends on, turn on all the microphones. We have our good friend Kevin Culhane in the house tonight. Kevin, how are you doing?
Good, thank you.
Good. We really appreciate you being on. Kevin is a regular viewer for a very long time, and we really appreciate that. He's been sending me images of his sleds, so we've got to messaging about that, and we decided to have him on for some live show and tell. And so, yeah, Kevin, I know we were talking about this beforehand, but what would you say is your favorite brand as far as the vintage sleds?
The vintage sleds, my favorite is a Merc. I remember watching them when I was a kid, and I guess that just stuck with me. Every time I see a Merc, I fall in love with them.
Nice. It was always impressive to see how well they would do on the track, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I was 10 years old, and I still remember them kicking butt.
Nice. And I think you were telling me too, you bought a few Mercs just in the last few days.
Yeah, I've been working with the guy for quite a while. I was supposed to pick him up today, but with the crazy weather, I couldn't hook up my trailer and go get them. So I'm going to go get them next week. There are 6 Mercuries that I'm picking up next week.
Nice.
3 snow twisters and 3 trail twisters.
Nice. So like the song says, then you're crazy about the Mercury.
Yeah.
Nice. Very cool. Well, yeah, Rob, did you have any comments or questions for Kevin before we start with the show and tell? I think your mic is off, Rob. I think your mic is. Can you check your mic switch? Because I can't unmute it from this side. I don't know what it's doing. There we go.
There we go.
I had it muted. Sorry about that.
It's all good. But go ahead, Rob.
Get you hooked on the snowmobiling?
Oh, I'm sorry. I missed that question.
What got you hooked on the snowmobiling?
Oh, just being a kid. I grew up in Northern Ontario, and we're always riding around on snowmobiles. My first one was passed down by my dad, was a 72 Eland.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then I didn't have a snowmobile for quite a few years, and a few years ago I got back. I bought a new one and got back into it. And I always wanted to collect the vintage ones, and I pulled the trigger a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then once you start, there's no turning back, right?
Well, when I bought my first one, the guy asked me, he says, "How many do you have?" I said, "This is the first one." He said, "Well, welcome to your new disease."
Yes, absolutely. And I can't think of a better segue if you want to turn your camera around. It sounds like you're in your shop where some of the sleds are.
Yes, I am. Oh, okay.
And I'm going to let me see if I can change how we have the screen here.
Okay.
I'm going to put you, hold on, give me 1 second here.
Yeah.
And I want to have you, why isn't this cooperating? I'm trying to put you larger and then.
That's better, Mike.
Oh,
hope you had it.
Yeah. But I'm trying to get Rob and I small on the side and have you, the majority of the screen.
I like to be smaller too.
Yes. All right, this might work. Let's see. Now we're talking. All right, there we go. Yes,
okay.
Please talk us through what we're looking at.
Well, talking about the very first vintage one I bought is right here. I bought this here in Sudbury, and that's the fellow that said, "Welcome to my new disease."
Nice.
After that, I found a twin to it in Ottawa. So I went and got that, and I call this my twins.
Nice. And that's the disease for which there is no cure, right?
Well, I hope so.
Yes, exactly.
Oh,
so go ahead.
Yeah, this is a 72 Polaris Colt SS. So
very nice.
340 SS.
Very cool.
Here, just picked this one up. This is a 650 Thunderjet 73.
Yes.
Original condition, never been touched, and it was raced. It's got some.
And that's with that wedge front end.
Yeah, it's got some boot on it, but I didn't think I'd ever have one of these.
Yeah, those are amazing.
That's a 650, and then the same fella had the 295.
Yeah.
That up too.
Very cool.
Yeah. This here is a 440 Super Mod. It needs to be restored. Let's see, I was told I have all the parts. They're all in boxes.
Yeah.
But I told myself when I started that I wasn't going to buy any project sleds because you never get around to fixing them. But I made an exception with the Merc, especially being Super Mod.
Yeah.
Not the Super Mod hood for it, but maybe in time I'll find a Super Mod hood.
Nice.
Yeah. And here's a summer tool.
Oh, yeah.
68
Mopar.
446 pack. We'll have to get on the muscle car show this summer when I get this thing rolling.
Yes, we've got to have you on to talk that up for sure.
Yeah. This is a 72 ski rule sonar. I'm questioning the year, but it's around there.
Yeah, 72 or 73.
Yeah. You could be. I can't remember exactly.
That's probably one of the nicer body styles for ski roll, as far as I'm concerned, anyway.
Yeah, I never heard of a sonar until this one came along.
Nice.
Yep, I got a kick out of the gauges on the handlebar.
Yeah.
I thought Yamaha Phaser came out with that. Well, no, they were beat a long time ago.
Yeah. Very nice.
I believe 73 again, Snow Jet wide track.
Yeah.
It's got a 396 in it. It's,
Nice shape too, huh?
Yeah, not bad at all. Super Jet. I'm trying to think of the name there. Super Jet wide track. Now we're getting into the Mercs. I got a 75 440. Now this has got the headlight in the center. So this one will be the first ones off the production line. Then halfway through the year, they put the headlight. This is a 75 also. 440. Halfway through the year, they put the headlight on the side. I've heard a couple of different theories why. One theory is the heat, keep the machine cool, and another theory was the headlight was burning the wire, or the exhaust was burning the wires on the center headlight.
Oh wow, yeah.
I don't know which is true, but anyway, I have both models, so I'm happy with that. Yeah. 76 Colt.
Yeah. SS 340. I love it.
And over here,
more Mercs. Yeah.
This is a 70. There, I see Darren Bradley signed in. I bought this off him in Sudbury here last about a year ago or so, maybe more. But completely restored and runs like up top.
Yeah.
And this one is a 74. Got the original 400 in it, starburst heads. I don't have a lot of room in here to move around without tripping and falling. I'm open the hood for you. Let's see.
I remember those Colts back in the day. Those were very popular, at least in our neck of the woods. Those things were everywhere. That was a lot of sled for the money, those Colts.
Yeah. Let's see. And this, there we go. It's all original. The guy bought it, erased it for 1 year, and then the 75s came out, and he just parked this. Let's see the mileage on it. I can't see the lights. Like 428 miles.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah. This one's a trailer queen.
Yeah.
Jeez. Showroom. This guy.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah. Okay, that's it. Get my way out of here.
Now, while you're doing that, we've got comments aplenty coming in. While you're getting yourself situated, I'm going to read some more comments here. Let me just try to find my spot here. Matthew Vincent Bremen says, thank you for the show, Mike. We appreciate that. Glenn Ford, our good friend from upstate New York, says, good evening, guys. 16 inches of snow last night. Spring returns tomorrow. Wow. I wonder if he's near Tug Hill. I know they get snow up there. Stephen Burdick says, hello from snowy Washington State. Yeah, sorry. He says sorry to rub it in. Probably. Yeah, not many places in the snow belt this year are getting snow. Michael Carvela says, good evening to Mike. Good evening back to you. Mark Sparandio says, once you buy one, they sure do start to multiply. Yes. Yeah, it never stops. Todd McMillan says, I have the same Kawasaki 1980. Cool. Mick Campbell says, looks like a sweet Mopar. Yeah. Rich Shad says, good evening, guys. Driving home. Now, Rich was on here just a few weeks ago, and we'll be having him on again at some point. In fact, he and I were just messaging today about that very thing. Joe Zenert says, hello. Nice to see you. He also says, plus the light blocked snow dust from the intake. Oh, he's talking about the position of that light on that snow twister.
Okay.
And then Brian Van Haverbeek says, nice collection. John Spranger Jr. says, great collection, Kevin. It's nice we're seeing all this feedback, and thank you so much to our viewers who are, making nice compliments and comments on this. Ben Thomas says, very nice, Kevin. Beautiful collection.
Thank
you. Cool deal. So we're getting some good feedback here. But yeah, please continue, Kevin.
Okay, this is a 77 Snowjet Astro 340. It got the boot out of the garage when the Snowjets came, so I got to start building shelves.
Yes.
And if you can see it, I have a shed back here. I got 4 sleds in there, but that solid ice chunk in front of the door is not letting
that door.
I'm going to let Mother Nature melt that. And there's one John Deere liquefier, 2 74 Raider Hawks, and a 2000 Polaris Triumph. I bought the Triumph, not really vintage, but because it was a 1-year only machine.
Yes.
I'll make my way in the house garage.
Back in where it's warm.
Yes, it is.
Right where the Corvette is.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're loving that.
2019 Z06.
Sweet.
Yeah.
We'll have to have that on the Muscle Car podcast sometime.
Yeah, we could do that. Absolutely.
That would be a blast. Oh, here we go. Look at this.
Yeah, this is what I...
Oh, and the old vintage sign, too. Yeah.
Yeah. I got this off, bought a fella in London, Ontario, had the machines. All 3 CCs, 250, 340, 440.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah. And over here is a 70. I never even knew this existed until I seen the listing. 1970 Grand Prix Apollo.
Yeah.
Yep.
340, 1 cylinder.
Very cool. I like the way that seat kind of turns up in the back. That's a cool looking seat.
Yeah, and under the seat folds right up, and there's all kinds of storage under there. It's pretty
neat.
Nice.
Doesn't it have rear shocks on the back? The Apollos?
On the chassis? No.
Yeah. Oh, that one doesn't. But 1 year they had a rear shock on the backs.
Okay. Oh.
First year in the machine to do that.
Oh, yeah. I've seen the ski rules with that. But
yes.
Yeah. Okay. And a couple vintage or snow twister sign.
Yeah, look at those signs. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. These ones here I haven't had them running yet, but I got about a year and a half, or a little more than a year and a half to retire, so I'll have lots of time to mess around.
Yeah. Setting yourself up for a fun retirement. You'll have a nice hobby there, working on those and enjoying those.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's about all I have right now, or here.
Nice. Are you able to swing around to the right? I'd like to get a better look at those signs that were on the wall there.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, but the sign, that sign and the vintage sign, I bought a whole collection off Two Brothers in Barrie. Well, that's the Super Mod.
Yeah.
And the 175 440 and a whole horde of parts. And these signs all came from the same Two Brothers.
Nice.
Yeah. So I bought
nice.
those. Yeah. They collected for years and I bought it. I was fortunate enough to get it in one day. So,
wow. Instant expansion of your collection there.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is cool.
The timing was right there for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's see. We've got
Right,
plenty more
Kevin,
comments.
that you have 6 Mercs already.
I'm sorry?
Did I count right? There's 6 Mercs you showed us already.
No, I was supposed to pick up today. There'll be an
Yeah,
addition.
but you have in your shop right now is 6.
Well, 3 here. I have 11 Mercs altogether right now.
11.
And
That's cool.
Yeah, I have 3 up north, and like I said, the six will be coming next week.
Nice.
I'll be up to 17 Mercs.
Oh,
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So yeah, they really did write that song for you. Crazy about the Mercury.
Yeah,
That's
that's
cool.
getting a chuckle.
Yes. Now we've got plenty of comments coming in. We're going to take some comments, then we're going to do Amsoil and some announcements, and we've got a few quick videos to look at, and then there's going to be plenty more to come. So let's take these comments real quick. David from Alaska Railroad says, "Nice collection, Kevin. I especially like the Snow Twisters and that Thunderjet. Yeah, that Thunderjet's hard not to like. Absolutely." James Whiteside says, "Wow, cool." Reese Fleury says, "Very nice collection." And thank you, everyone, for making these nice compliments. We really appreciate that. Josh Leverker, our good friend, says, "Good evening from Turin, New York." And let me look at my calendar here. I think Josh is on here next week doing some live show and tell, much like we're doing tonight. So we get that to look forward to. Our good friend Jim Layton is in the house saying beautiful sleds. And let me look at my calendar again because he's on, I think, the 21st. For some show and tell, and Jim always has some excellent show and tell. Let's see. Todd McMillan is asking, "Where's Kevin from?" Go ahead, Kevin.
Sudbury. I grew up in Manitouwadge, Ontario, Northern Ontario, and now I live in Sudbury.
Nice. And then Josh Leverker is saying, "Sweet Snow Twisters." And Josh, I believe, has a Snow Twister. I think a Snow Twister and a Trail Twister, if I remember correctly. Joe Zenert says, "Damn, I love the sign." Cool. Now, David from Alaska Railroad says, "I love the Z06. He's loving that Corvette, and he's got a lot of hearts on the screen there. Alan Gove from New Hampshire says, "Nice collection." Stacy and Art Fosler say, "Nice collection. It's always good to have a Polaris in a collection." That is true. Ben Thomas says, "If you need some more room, I'd be happy to store some of those sweet twisters for you." Yes, exactly. I bet it wouldn't be hard to find volunteers to store those for you.
Yeah, I bet.
Definitely. James Whiteside says, "So freaking awesome. Unreal." Very cool. Now, Jeffrey Patton says, 76 Snow Twisters were the best race sled ever built. We are still winning races with those sleds. And it's true. In the vintage races, you still see them do really well.
Yeah.
Jim Smith says, "Hello from Oregon. Nice to see you, Jim. And we want to get him on here. So I don't know if I've got him on here or if that's going to be for next fall, but I know Jim and I were messaging a while back. I think it might be for next fall, but we've got plans to bring Jim on again. Jim was on a couple of years ago, and we need to get him back on here at some point. Mad Dog says, "I remember those Mercuries just cleaning house at the local grass drags. Always loved them, and they have the look." That they do. David Lowry says, "Hello from Alberta. Nice to see you, David." Thomas Ryan says, "Hi, Mike from Tilson, New York." Very cool. Nice to see you. Darren Bradley says, "Kevin is a great guy to deal with. I see my 75 Merc ST 440. So that must be the guy you bought that from.
Yeah, yes, it is.
Very cool. And then Brent Corbin says, "Sweet sleds and cars." Cool deal. Jason Keeler says, "Nice collection. Love it." Midnight Rider says, "Awesome collection, and he loves the Mopar." Yes. Thomas Ryan says, "Nice Snow Twisters. I have a 75 440 ST. Very cool." Jim Holbrook says, "Are you going to race them or just show them?" Good question.
I don't know what the future will bring, but I'll definitely just show them for now. But you never know.
Yeah. That's cool. If you ever decide you race, you've got plenty to choose from.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yes. And then Todd McMillan says, "I think Kevin needs my 72 TX 500. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That would be cool.
That would be cool. I like those.
For sure. Well, cool. So we're gonna change gears a little bit. We're gonna do Amsoil and a few announcements. We've got a few video clips to play. And then we're gonna do some more with the show and tell. And we've also got some video clips that Kevin has sent us. So we're just getting started, folks. So if Rob is ready, we're going to put you full screen, Rob, and give you a chance to talk to us about Amsoil.
Okay, Kevin, we have a complete line of oil for every one of those machines you have available. It doesn't matter if it's a free air, liquid cool, or anything. We have our Amsoil synthetic oils for injector oils or pre-mix. A lot of people run the Dominator oils in those older machines because the film strength's stronger, so the engines last longer. And we have a great product in stabilizer. I know you're not going to be driving them every day, so you got to make sure you stabilize those tanks. And Amsoil has a big promotion on for anybody that orders $49 worth of product. They get free shipping right to the house. And the best possible way to get a deal on Amsoil is to sign up as a preferred customer. For only $10, you can become a preferred customer and save 25% on all the products available in our catalog. And you order $49, you get free shipping right to your door. There's not an easier or better way to buy Amsoil than to become a preferred customer. It's the best possible discount available. And for more information about being a preferred customer or how to get a free catalog about all the products we have available, Mike's got an email where you can click on and get a free catalog sent to you, or even sign up as a preferred customer right online. So if you order $49 worth, they're going to give you free shipping until March 12th. March 12th, that's right.
Yes. Yeah, and like he said, just if you're curious about anything he's just been talking about, links in the description. There's links for a free catalog. If you're curious about the preferred customer program, there's a link to join that. Like he said, it's very similar to a Costco membership. It's $10 to join, but in most cases, you're going to save more than that $10 on that first order. So what you do is you click that link. It's just a couple of clicks to join the preferred customer program. Then click the Amsoil logo and start shopping. And everything you add to your cart is going to come up at the deepest level of discount. And until March 12th, free shipping on any order over $49. That's normally $100. So it's an incredible value right there. Great way to get started with Amsoil. And cool. And then let me find my place here. I've got announcements. I'm going to start with this one. If you were with us last week, our good friend Ray Lancaster was on talking about a vintage snowmobile ride they're going to be having in Pittsburgh, New Hampshire on March 9th. Well, unfortunately, Mother Nature is not cooperating. Pardon me. So that ride, unfortunately, is canceled, but they're still going to do the raffle on March 9th. You got to pick it up in Pittsburgh, New Hampshire if you win, but it's $10 per ticket, $3 for 20. There's a phone number at the bottom right of the screen. If you're interested in buying some tickets for this, just call that number. That'll get you in touch with Ray, and you can buy some raffle tickets and get yourself in that game. Also, there's another raffle. This is from our good friends at North Shore Vintage Snowmobile Club. They were on just after Christmas. Now, this is a benefit. There's a couple of welding helmets that are being raffled. This is in honor of Matthew Bewick, who was we were talking about him just a few weeks ago. And I'm sorry, I'm losing my voice here. It says, for the American Foundation of Suicide Prevention and the North Shore Vintage Snowmobile Club. Helmets have been donated by Miller. 1 ticket's for 10, 3 tickets for 25. The drawing is May 17th. And text the number on the screen there for details to get started on that. What else did I have? I know I had a lot I wanted to do. Now, we had Will Yaska messaged me a little while back, and he had a question that I was going to pose to the viewers here. If anyone has an answer for him, I'll share it with him. It says, my name is Will Yaska. I am from rural Alaska. In the language we use, SnowGo is prevalent for snowmobile. On Google, I couldn't find the name of origin. We've been using SnowGo since those machines came out in the 60s. Can you pinpoint the make and model of the snowmobile that had this name, SnowGo? So if anyone knows anything about that, please leave comments for us in the comment section, and I'll get back to him with that information. Hopefully he's watching tonight too. We've got another thing here. This is from Midnight Rider. I'm going to get close to the screen here so I can read this to you. Hopefully my voice will hold up. I had a flu a few weeks ago, and I still have a cough I'm struggling with. This is a 1965 Alice Chambers prototype. It was built by Roy Stewart in 1965, one of 3 prototypes. 2 were identical with the Lloyd overhead valve 4-stroke, 4-speed with reverse. The third one was built with a small CC two-cylinder engine and didn't have enough power to pull itself. Alice was thinking about the work utility sled market, not a sport machine. All of the mechanical components came off the assembly line from various farm equipments, and the sleds were built during downtime. After testing, it was decided that the sleds were not practical and they were put in a disposal scrap area. The gentleman I acquired it from and another employee from the Copper Country rescued both of the 4-cycle sleds from scrap. The third sled was definitely scrapped out. The sleds were hauled up to the UP of Michigan, one to Copper Country and the other one to his father's farm in Iron River, Michigan. Pardon me. The Copper Country sled was used for a short time, then junked, with the engine and transmission given to the Iron River sled owner. I was buying hay from the farmer on 10 years ago, and the owner told me about the sled while my crew was loading hay. At the time, I was not into vintage sleds, but I never forgot about it. I returned 2 years ago. Pardon me. Again, I've just still got a lingering cough from the flu. But I'll continue. I returned 2 years ago to find the owner suffering from Alzheimer's, but still lucid on some days. He and his lovely wife agreed with me that it should be placed in a museum, so I was able to purchase the Alice on that condition, that it be put in a museum. I also have the engine out of the scrap sled from Copper Country. I did contact Alice Chambers for possible history on the sled, but was told we were a forward-thinking company, do not dwell on the past, so I was unable to get official documentation. So yeah, Midnight Rider, we thank you so much for that. Very cool to see that. And I'm just getting my place here. I want to make sure that I've got all of the because I had all kinds of comments and announcements I was going to make. I think I've got them all. I'm going to go to item number 4 right now. This is a quick 1-minute video clip. Mick Campbell was making comments earlier in the comment section. He sent me some images in the last week or so from the Rutland, Vermont Vintage Snowmobile Show. This show took place on February 17th. You'll see I've got a typo there on the screen. I mistakenly put 227, but it was 217. So let me cue that up, and we'll hold on here. We'll take a look at that video clip. And yes, right here. Let's take a look.
Should we play the Jeopardy music?
We need the Jeopardy music. It's taking a minute to load here. And if it fails, I'll just do it again. A lot of times the first video clip I play will either stall or fail. Oh, here we go. So I wanted to thank Mick for that footage. Great footage. Great to see what people are doing oh, you can't hear me? Hello? Can you hear me now, Rob? Testing 1 2, test 1 2. Oh, let me check. I think I know what happened. Is this better? No. Test 1 2. Testing 1 2.
Well, I can hear you loud and clear, Mike.
All right.
We're good.
Oh, we're good.
Something
All
worked.
right. You can hear me?
Yep, something worked.
Okay. I must have bumped something. And yeah, quickly, anyone if someone can make a comment, a viewer can make a comment that we are back just to confirm what's going on. There we go. All right. We're getting it. All right. Well, thank you everyone for hanging in there with us. Yeah, we
Here,
gotta
Mike's
love.
writing us notes.
Yes. But yeah, thank you so much for the viewers for giving us that immediate feedback like that. That is amazing. I love the immediacy of this. That it's funny. The best and worst thing of going live is it's unpredictable. You get a glitch, and you just have to roll with it and figure it out. But the good thing is you get it's like all our friends here in the audience. Everyone's saying, glad to see you back, and we got you now. And so I like that we're all in it together, if that makes sense. And since I probably didn't have audio before, one of the things that I wanted to mention is I like the idea that this podcast is becoming a place where people can come to see images and video clips from all events across the snow belt, snowmobile shows, races, things like that, because more and more people are sending me images from shows, and I put them into a montage like we just looked at, and it's something that we can all enjoy. And same, people are sending me video clips, and it's just coming in more and more and more, and I love that. I like the idea that we're becoming the place where people can turn to for that. And that's perfect setup for the next video clip, number 5. This is just another quick 1-minute clip, but Jeff Wesner sent me some images from the Tomahawk Lake, Wisconsin vintage snow that happened just over the weekend. So let's take a look at that, and then we're going to get back to Kevin. He's got more show and tell for us. And yeah, here we go. Yeah, so there we have it, the Tomahawk Lake, Wisconsin Vintage Snowmobile Show just this past weekend. I love that we're becoming the place where people can see, images from a show that just happened over the past weekend. And I'm going to slide this back a little bit. I think there might have been some sleds here that made Kevin's heart go pitter patter. Did that make your heart go pitter patter, Kevin?
Every time.
Nice. And that one on the left looks like a Tripar sled from the Tripar team back in the day.
Great.
Very cool. Very cool. And any reactions to any of this that we've been looking at, or?
Sure don't look like they have much snow there. It's right in the parking lot, eh?
Yes. Yeah, bare ground there.
Yeah, the ground was probably too soft to park on the grass.
Yes, I suspect you're right.
But
and any reactions to any of this?
Good for them.
Yes. Yeah, the show must go on, as they say. And did you have any reactions, Kevin, to any what we're looking at here?
I love them all.
Yeah.
What's not to like?
Exactly. And that's the cool thing. If people enjoy going to these vintage snowmobile shows and seeing images and clips from them, this is the place. And the only thing better than that, in my opinion, is the live show and tell we do, like we've been doing tonight with Kevin. I love the idea that we're also the place people can turn to for live show and tell, and look at people's vintage snowmobiles in real time and ask questions and react to them. I think it's a great experience. What do you guys think of that?
Kevin, what shows do you attend?
I haven't attended any yet. I work 2 weekends and then I'm off 2 weekends. And the shows around here in Sudbury, I'm always my work weekend. So
you could have your own at your own place, just fight the neighbors over.
Yes.
I've been told that.
Yeah, for sure. And then let's see. I think we've got a few more comments. Oh yes, James Whiteside is saying, "You sure that Vintage Snowmobile show we just looked at wasn't in July?" Yeah, I hear that. It's crazy. And I want to make sure. Oh, here we go. We've got a few more comments that we missed here. Greetings from Pittsburgh, New Hampshire. Great show. Loved all those beautiful twisters. And this is Armand Buto, our good friend from Pittsburgh, New Hampshire. He was on here last week. Let me see if. Oh, here we go. Our good friend James Spranger is in the house. He's saying good evening, everyone, from Wausau, Wisconsin. Nice to see you, James. We appreciate your being on. Here we go. In Alaska, snowmobiles are called snow-goes or snow machines. I always thought those were the slang names for snowmobile. Yeah, I know they call them snow machines up there. I've heard that. I've never heard snow-goes. I don't know if they're referring to a specific kind of sled or if that's just a generic term for all sleds. I'm not sure. That's the first I hear of it. But hopefully someone else viewing too has something to add. Okay, here we go. Brent Corbin says, does Charlie have the Alice Chambers at the top of the lake museum in Nobbin, Michigan? Good question. I know Charlie Valier. He's in charge of that museum. That's a good question. I don't know if it's there or not. If anyone else who's frequents that museum, I know a lot of people go to that museum. If anyone knows, please let us know. Todd McMillan says, looking for 2-stroke oil for my 78 Can-Am Qualifier 370 and all my sleds. Can-Am, is that a motorcycle? A dirt bike, probably?
Bombardier.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dominator.
We had a Can-Am. What would be good oil for that, Rob?
He wants a Dominator for that thing.
What you're cutting out? What was it?
He wants a Dominator oil for that.
Dominator. Sure. And all right, so we're caught up, I think, on comments. Yes, we're caught up on comments, and I think Kevin still had some more show and tell for us. Did you have more to show us, Kevin?
Just some toy sleds about in the living room here.
Yes, because I know you had those on the screen there for a bit.
Yeah.
Let me put your full screen here, and
that's about it for show and tell for in Sudbury. You have
nice.
my videos of the sleds up north, I call it.
Very cool. So those are sleds you'd use just to slide down a hill, right? Or
Yeah.
are those motorized?
No, they're just kids' sleds.
Nice, yeah.
A couple in the middle are vintage. Coleco, I think it's called.
Coleco, sure. I remember that from they made a lot of plastic toys. In
That's
fact, that third one, my brother had one exactly like that when we were little kids.
Oh yeah.
Is that the Coleco one?
They actually go for big bucks nowadays. I seen
Really?
Kids are still playing with it.
Yeah. Well, maybe if they see what they can get for it, maybe they won't let the kids play with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the other ones are modern, but just fun just the same.
That's amazing. That is cool to see. Very cool. Now, Kevin also does a lot with memorabilia, and he's got a video clip that he sent to me where he's showing us some of his memorabilia. Do you have anything you want to say about that clip before we roll it, Kevin?
I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
All right. So, yeah, let's just roll that clip, and then we'll react to it on the other side.
Hi, this is going to be a little video about my vintage snowmobile memorabilia. I'll give you a quick tour. Starting here, a Skidoo truck a fellow built for me in Quebec. A couple of awards for a vintage snowbug that I have in a museum in Cochrane, Ontario. A Snowjet man, I have a couple Thunderjets in the garage. Raider, twin track Raider. Also have some Kawasaki's, the manual. Polaris Snow Traveler. A little swinger sticker. I've never seen one of these before. This is a rear view mirror add-on to your snowmobile. I don't know what year it is, but I'm sure it's old, being at less than $7. Over here, found on eBay, a guy that did Christmas cards. Some Skidoo jackets I picked up. 50th anniversary leather one. Gloves. The 50th anniversary book came with the jacket. stickers, a very old Bombardier keychain. That's a newer keychain I got made up for a Titan I have. A Ski-Doo balaclava. And here, Mercury. I got this out of Quebec on Marketplace, I believe. Mercury toques and gloves. Mercury helmets, brand new helmets, Mercury. Original box. Got one of the helmets came in. This was off eBay. A guy built these Mercury clocks, which is kind of cool. A couple more vintage helmets. The Trail Twister clock. And tons of Mercury manuals I bought off a collection. I bought the whole collection off a guy, a couple brothers in Barrie, Ontario. Plus some sleds. So if I gotta do any repairs, I should be able to figure it out. Polaris, so that's not vintage, but it's a Polaris light. It's kind of neat. Remote control, a couple more die cast, some Yamaha mitts, some more Mercury stuff, a vintage Mercury duffel bag, Mercury trail twister jacket, another trail twister, snow twister jacket. Not too many people. I'm told these are very hard to find. And I also learned that this is jackets were made for Canada, being the flag on them. I never knew that. Full-size snowsuit, Mercury. The Raider snowsuit, Raider Twin Track. Some more die cast toys. Newer. I'm not even sure what that snowmobile is. But another kids Bombardier snowsuit. Canadian Tire collector's truck with the Elan. I've got two of them. I don't know why they came in different boxes, so I had to get the two of them. I've always liked Snoopy, so there's a Snoopy on a couple sleds. Down here we have Mercury oil, never opened, Quicksilver. Some Toronto Maple Leaf Polarises, NHL for the... And I had to get, just to keep the Montreal Canadian fans happy, I had to get one of those, although I'm a Toronto fan. Mercury service manual, a manual for a Kawasaki I have, which won this award at a show years ago. The seller gave me all everything that came with the sled. Some more toys. More, a 2022 Polaris Titan that I bought. Manual. More Mercury stuff. A Snowbug book. Another vintage. Quarterly magazine. Now this one here, I never received my December issue, and I have a snowmobile in the oddball corner. I have a snowmobile in the December issue. So what I want to say is, anybody has a December issue is willing to sell it, I'll pay the shipping, and I wouldn't mind buying a couple because, well, obviously because my snowmobile is in it. It's a 1970 Grand Prix Apollo, and yeah, for whatever reason, I didn't receive my issue. And that's pretty much the tour of my, well, I might as well call it my cottage up north. I live 3 hours south, but I come up here to do all my snowmobiling and hunting and fishing, and I have relatives that live right next door. Okay, thanks for watching.
Yeah, that's some good stuff there, Kevin. That's amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's quite a collection, especially all that vintage, all the what am I trying to say? The Mercury clothing and the item Mercury items, that stuff. That's I don't know about other people, but that's very rare in my experience to see that kind of stuff.
But yeah, that's the collection I bought off the Rick and Dave Lee in Barrie, Ontario. I bought the whole collection. So I said my timing was right there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Instant collection. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And the Mercury bag and everything. And
Mhm.
Kevin, how long did you say you've been collecting?
A couple of years now.
Wow, you got a big collection already.
off to a good start.
When you walk into that Mercury collection I bought off the two brothers there, it's boom, there you are.
That jump started it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen a box with a helmet.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't throw the boxes away.
Now, I wanted to ask you, Kevin, this box in front of us here, see on the upper left, it says Buco or Bucko.
Yeah.
What is that exactly?
Oh, wow. Good
Is
question.
that the name brand of the helmet, or?
I believe so. And I couldn't say 100%. I don't know.
Because the reason I ask is back in the day, we had a neighbor who had a Can-Am motorcycle, a dirt bike, and he had that same thing on there. And I just thought it was like his nickname for himself or something. But I'm wondering if maybe that's a logo for something.
When I get back up there, I'll look at the helmet. I can't answer that.
Yeah, I'd be curious to know. I always just thought that was something he put on there himself. But and then the other thing I wanted to look at is this helmet here. Is that a two-piece full face helmet?
It's just a full face, I believe. I don't believe it's two piece.
With that black line, it doesn't separate?
I think that's just where a shield goes on.
Oh, okay.
Better seal for this shield.
Yeah, you can see the straps. I don't think it's a two piece.
All right, so it's probably a one-piece helmet then.
I'll look when I get up there again.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and the hat and mittens. I mean, you don't see that. I don't see that stuff very often. I don't know about other people, but I sure don't see that stuff very often.
Yeah.
I consider that very rare. Yeah, we get comments aplenty coming in here. Let's see.
In your garage, Kevin, there's one thing I didn't see any there. I didn't see any green. No Arctic Cat?
Oh, yes.
I know Mike likes his Arctic Cats.
I do.
Bought an Arctic Cat, a 1971 Puma, completely stored, and it's at a friend's house about 10 minutes down the road. I haven't got it home yet. I bought it in a 1971 396 Yamaha SS. And again, it's sitting beside the Arctic Cat 10 minutes down the road.
Now,
I think
that wouldn't be a Gifford one, would it?
I'm sorry, I don't know what that is.
The Thunderjet you have wouldn't be one built from Gifford in Sudbury, is it?
The same guy that has the Arctic Cat that I was just talking about, he picked up those jets somewhere in the States, and I bought them off him.
Oh, yeah.
So
Gifford's the one who won the vintage race last week at Eagle River.
Oh, yeah.
He's the one who built the motor ski that won it.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's out of Sudbury.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, drives a lot of Thunderjets.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, didn't know that.
So I want to do some comments real quick, and I think we have some answers to some of our questions in these comments. Our good friend Jeff Wesner is on here saying, "Looking good, Mike." Hopefully, Jeff, you caught that video clip. Hopefully you caught that video clip from Tomahawk Lake. And we thank you for sending us that clip. Alan Gove says, "I was at the top of the Lake Museum last summer. Don't remember seeing that Alice Chambers." Gotcha. Well, thank you for that. Todd McMillan says, "Thanks, Kevin. What a nice collection of sleds." Oh, and yeah, David Alaska Road says, "Love those Christmas cards." Yes, those were wonderful. James Whiteside says, "Sweet." Joe Zenert says, "Check out my article in the latest edition of the Vintage Snowmobile magazine, that VSCA magazine." And speaking of the VSCA magazine, I'm friends with Mike Mahar. I'll have to ask him if he can get a December edition for you. That's December 2023 you're looking for?
Yep.
All right, I'll ask him about that. And
I'm pretty sure I've subscribed because I got the issue before. For whatever reason, I just didn't get the December one.
Sure.
Yeah.
And Steve Woodward says, "Incredible." That could be.
What's that, Rob?
Your mailman kept it. He liked it.
Could be. Bugger. Wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah, it's funny you say that. Years ago, we had a problem with that. I would get these music magazines, and I know the mailman's, the mail woman's husband was a musician, and I think the magazines were going to him, and they'd always come late and always torn up. And I have a feeling that she was picking those for him to look at, and then eventually they would get into our mailbox like weeks later. But that's another tangent. But Steve Woodward says incredible with a thumbs up. Jeff Wesner says nice collection. Brent Corbin says Buco was a manufacturing name. So I'm wondering if that was the helmet brand or if that was a brand of something else, or because he had that logo, that same exact logo on the side of his bike. There's a spot, I think, if someone's racing a bike, there's a spot for them to put a number, and he had that Buco right there. And I thought he just hand drawn that, but must be it was something he bought. But David from Alaska Railroad says nice jackets. I would love to find the suit for my 1980 Polaris TXL. Yeah. Mark Radil says, Kevin, do you plan to add some more yellow to your collection? And you notice the play on words there with the DOO.
I do.
Nice.
I don't have a bombardier yet. Out of all the sleds I don't have a bombardier, but I got my eye on a few.
Nice. So you're working on it.
Oh, absolutely. A guy had a 76 Eland with the penguins on it. I always like penguins, but anyway, I put an offer on it. The guy accepted my offer, but I was working. I couldn't get down there, and he sold it from under me. So.
Oh no.
Yeah, but
that's too bad.
And there's a few bombardiers that I do like.
Excellent. And you'll have to come on next season too. As you add more to your collection, we'll have to do an update next season.
Mm-hmm.
Now Ben Thomas says, great show tonight. Where did the time go? Yeah, it's 10 o'clock already. I can't believe it. Thanks for sharing your collection, Kevin. And yes, Buco is the helmet manufacturer. Yeah, thank you so much. I love this, that we get this immediate feedback like this, answers to questions. We put a question out there and it comes right back with an answer. Lee brothers are both great guys. Bought my Kawasaki dealer sign from them. Very cool.
Yeah, they are.
Dirk Seams says, thank you for sharing, Kevin.
Welcome.
And Reese Fleury says the bike was probably a Bolteco, Italian made. No, it was a Can-Am, but maybe he had a sticker for that though and had it on the bike. It's possible that's what he was going for too. But before we wind out the program, I've got one more video clip. These are some images that Kevin shared with me, some still images. I put them into a montage with some music. We're going to take a look, and then we'll react to it on the other side, and then we'll close out the program. So yeah, thank you so much, Kevin, for all those images. That was cool.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Very cool. Now, any reactions as we're looking at that, Rob? Any reactions to any of those
the second
sleds?
last one, that Mini Brute, they're not popular to see.
Yeah,
they're pretty
don't see
rare
those
to see
very
one of those at a show.
Yeah, I couldn't believe how small it was when I first seen it.
Yeah,
Badge and holy man! And they make a junior Brute. It's like I
kitty
guess
cat size.
it's kitty cat size. Yeah, this thing,
Yep.
I mean, incredibly small. Well, it's in the box of my ATV.
Yeah, that tells you how small it is. Yeah, for sure.
Kevin, after I seen all your toys, I
Mhm.
seen one before. It's called a Kid Do. It's a toboggan. Looks like that little fourth yellow one that you showed earlier.
Okay.
But Skidoo sued them, so they couldn't call it Skidoo. It's called Kid Do.
Kid do.
Yeah, you should keep your eye out for one of those. Maybe I'll send you a picture of it.
Yeah, that'd be great.
And,
Sure.
and I do the Toronto Snowmobile Show. There's quite a few antiques there, but the Peterborough one has a good collection and a big flea market area too.
Yes,
If you come to either one of those shows, you let me know because I have some extra die-cast highway trucks of our Amsoil race team. I'll bring you one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, to your collection.
Well, that gives me a good reason to get my butt there then.
Yeah. Send me an email ahead of time. I'll make sure I have it with me at the show.
Okay. Yeah, well, we'll do.
Very
Or,
cool. Yeah,
you know what?
thank you for doing that, Rob.
Tell Mike to send me your address. I'll ship it to you.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you for doing that, Rob. We appreciate that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That is amazing. And I wanted to ask you this Cobra. Is that what, 78, 79, this Polaris Cobra?
One of the 2 years. I can't remember exactly which year. They made them 2 years, and yeah, that's either or, 78, 79.
Nice. And I know there's another shot of it. There it is. Whoop, I just missed it.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Good trade.
Now, were they positioning that above or below the TX? Because I know it looks a lot like the TX.
Another good question.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Alaska Railway would tell us.
Yes, he's a Polaris guy. Yeah, if you're watching, David, yeah, let us know. And I also like this boa ski too. That's cool.
That's it. That's another one in the Cochrane Museum, Cochrane, Ontario.
Yeah.
The museum. Yeah, I bought that and I haven't even touched it. Just left it in the museum.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Some Mercuries and Polaris. I saw a modern Polaris
in there in 2 weeks' time for the big Polar Bear race.
Yeah, I believe it's this weekend. I believe.
Nope, 2 weeks' time.
2 weeks time.
2
Okay,
weeks' time.
On this weekend.
No, next week, following weekend.
What day?
If the ice is safe.
Something's going on the 2nd. I'm not sure which. Wait.
Was that on the 9th or the 16th?
8th and 9th.
The 9th. Gotcha. Yeah.
Cool. I'll be off then because I knew there was something on the 2nd, and of course I go back to work tomorrow this weekend.
Sure. And there's that cat I was looking for. I know you messaged me that earlier in the week.
Yeah.
That was cool to see. Or a couple weeks ago, I think it was.
Yeah. I gotta get.
Cool.
Yeah.
A
fella restored the cat and the Yamaha into showroom condition, better than showroom. Unreal job.
That is cool. We'll have to get a better look at that next time.
Yeah. Well, I'll get when I get it home.
Nice. And we've got comments coming in. James Whiteside says, "Great show, guys. When do we get to see Rob's collection?" Yeah, anytime, Rob. We'd love to have it on.
Collection isn't show. Mine's usable, and they're all dented, smashed, but they still run, and the kids love playing with them.
Nice. And then we've got David from Alaska Railroad saying, "Great show, guys. Thank you. Keep collecting, Kevin. Can't have too many." That is true. Joe Zenert says, "Thank you for the great show tonight." Well, thank you for saying that. Reese Flory says, "Great show. Thank you for sharing your collection, Kevin."
You're welcome.
Oh, here we go. You were right about David from Alaska Railroad. Rob, he says Cobra is positioned below the TX. Very cool. And then, yes, he's a Polaris guy for sure. And then Mad Dog says, "Great show. Really enjoyed it." And we thank you so much for these compliments. We really appreciate that. And let's see here. I had a quick announcement I intended to make when we were doing all the rest of them. If you're a regular viewer of our Sunday night Vintage Snowmobile videos, they're a little different. I mean, lately we've been doing podcasts with Midge, but typically it's usually footage that I air from Vintage Snowmobile shows that I've attended and things like that, long form shows that typically are not a podcast. So announcement I've got, this won't happen till April because we've got stuff booked on Sunday nights most of next month. But I have just been on the messaging today with my good friend Greg Dobrikey. He does the twintrackworld.com website and the Twin Track World YouTube channel. He's out in Wisconsin and he covers a lot of the Midwest vintage snowmobile shows. He does excellent footage, and he and I have worked it out that I'm going to start sharing some of his footage on my Sunday nights starting in April. And that way I'm going to kind of mix it up with some of mine, some of his, and just as a way to kind of add some variety. And it's good exposure for his videos, the work that he does. And it's a nice variety for me. So it's a big win for all of us. And I think you guys are really going to enjoy it. If you guys watch our Sunday night stuff, it's very much worth checking in. And if you were viewing that Sunday night, you got a chance to see Rob Hilditch and Midge Rosebrook finally meet in person after all the years with the hoodie videos and all of the videos back and forth. You had a chance to finally see them meet in person. So cool stuff. So yeah, we're well past 10, but we're winding it down. Quick final thoughts, Kevin?
Had a great time. It was a lot of fun.
Well, good. I'm glad you came on. This was a blast, and we'll have to have you on next fall with an update.
Oh, absolutely.
And over the summer, we'll have to have you on for the Muscle Car podcast also.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting that Dodge going.
Sweet. And Rob, closing comments?
Kevin, big collection you got already. Great show. Good to be here, Mike.
Well, thank you. Oh, we lost Kevin, but he's back. Here we go. Oh, and we've got a last comment that's come in. Ben Thomas says, snowmobiles that go are more fun than the ones that can only show. That's true. And then Glenn Ford. Oh, do we lose audio on me?
I hear you.
Okay. And it says, Glenn Ford says, great show, guys. Thank you. Well, cool. So yeah, with that, we're going to close the show, give the last word to Amsoil. But yeah, Kevin, thanks so much again for coming on. We appreciate it. Looking forward to having you on this summer with the Muscle Car podcast, and then next fall with some vintage snowmobile updates.
Well, thanks for having me.
All right. Great to finally meet you.
Yeah, same, likewise.
All right. And final word goes to Amsoil. Have a great day, everybody. Great evening. Hello, everyone. This is Rob and Mike. How you doing today, Rob?
I'm doing good. Mike, yourself?
Very well. Thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate it. Now, today, we're going to be talking about Amsoil. And in a few moments, we're going to show you how you can get the deepest discounts, free shipping, and free gifts when you order your Amsoil products through us. But first, I'm going to ask Rob to give you a quick description of what Amsoil is and why you should consider using Amsoil products in your motorized vehicles.
Thanks, Mike. Amsoil is 100% synthetic oil. Everybody uses Amsoil for a different reason. Some people like the benefits that Amsoil is warranted for 25,000 miles or 1 year. The reason we can do that is because Amsoil doesn't oxidize. It doesn't form the usual carbons, gums, sludges like petroleum oils do. That's why we can keep it in the engines longer. Petroleum oils never do wear out. They oxidize themselves. That's why they have to be changed at 3,000 kilometers. And Amsoil likes the benefit that you only have to change the oil once a year. That saves some money. Some of the people like the benefit of Amsoil is it's a slipperier type lube. By having a slipperier type lube, it cuts down friction and drag. By less friction and drag, engines run 20 to 50 degrees cooler, better gas mileage. Now, Amsoil says 25% more protection than the industry requires is in the Amsoil bottles. My average customer gets about 10% increase in gas mileage. That's a big savings.
Yeah.
And by cutting down friction and drag, for every 10 degrees you cut down the friction and drag, doubles the life of the engine. So by having the engine run cooler, it makes it last longer. Some people like the benefit of the range of the Amsoil. Amsoil's flash point is 425 degrees, and it pours at 50 below zero. Wow. If you ever tried petroleum oil when it's 10 below, it turns to honey. And in the summertime, petroleum oil thins out, and once it thins out, that's when it starts breaking down. So Amsoil's an all-season oil, can give you better gas mileage, longer engine life, less maintenance. It ends up being cheaper over a year's time running Amsoil than it is petroleum oils.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And Amsoil is available for pretty much any motorized vehicle, anything from lawn equipment, cars, trucks, boats, ATVs, motorcycles, snowmobiles.
Yep. And a lot of people phone me up and say, well, what's the benefit of our gear lube? Exactly what I told you about the engine oil. It pours in cold weather, it runs cooler, makes the equipment last longer. And they say, well, what's the benefit of the small engine? Same thing. Makes the engine run cooler, last longer, better performance. So it saves on all the applications that Amsoil has available.
Wonderful, wonderful. So yeah, let's talk now. Hopefully this has convinced people to think about maybe joining us in the Amsoil experience. Let's talk about some of the discounts and free shipping and how that all happens. I'm going to pop a graphic on the screen. And yeah, by all means, if you want to talk people through how this preferred customer program works.
Amsoil has a number of different programs. One of our main ones is a catalog customer, where somebody can order directly out of our catalog. If they order out of the catalog, they order $100 worth, Amsoil will ship it right to their house. But our best program is our preferred customer. For only $10 for 6 months, you become a preferred customer, you save 25% on all the product. You order $100 worth, they're going to give you free shipping. You don't have to order a whole case. You can mix and match. Say you want 4 bottles of small engine, 7 bottles of 5W30, and a couple of gear loops. You can mix and match. You can order 1 bottle at a time if you want. There's no minimums, no maximums. By being a preferred customer, you save over 25% on all the products you're going to buy. Amsoil sends you extra gifts, a $5 gift certificate on your birthday, $5 when you renew your account, and stuff like that. So it's a good way to save on some of the products you want to buy.
For sure. Yeah, it's an incredible value. And this is the deepest level of discount that anyone can get when ordering Amsoil. Is that correct?
It is.
Wonderful. So let's take people through the step-by-step experience of placing an Amsoil order. Then that would include signing up for the preferred customer preferred customer program, so they can receive those deepest levels of discount. So let's go to the website. This is what the website's going to look like. These are some screenshots. Once you go to amsoil.com, there's a link in the description, or you can just type that into a browser, amsoil.com. This is the page you land on. At the upper corner of the page there, you see how I've circled in red. That is the link to click, the Join Now link. That will take you to the Preferred Customer Program page, where you can take advantage of all of these discounts and free shipping and everything that we've just been talking about. This is what that page looks like. In the lower right, you're going to click Join Now. This will pop up. You select the duration you'd like, whether it's 6 months or 12 months, and click Add to Cart. Now, once this pop-up goes away, you'll be back on the main page. And the upper left, you'll see where I've got that red arrow. It says Shop. Now you can start shopping for products, and on your very first order, you're going to get these discounts and the free shipping as long as it's over $100. You'll get all of these benefits right away. So once you click Shop, it's going to take you to a product page. There's different types of oils, lubricants, so on and so forth. For the benefit of this exercise we're doing now, I'm just going to click motor oil. It shows different types of motor oil. Let's click gasoline. Now this takes us to an item. It's their synthetic motor oil. And you can see the item there, and there's choices for different viscosities. But take a look at the price. Let's take a closer look. Let's zoom in. But if you've joined the preferred customer program first, you're going to automatically get the deepest levels of discount. That's what we're looking at here. You're saving $3.80 on that quart of oil. Instead of paying $16.29, you're now paying $12.49 for that quart of oil. That is the deepest level of discount you can possibly get. And then you just add the quantity that you'd like. You select any other items that you're thinking about, add them to the cart. And once you click Add to Cart for the final time, you're going to see this come up at the top of the screen. It's going to show your items and your the total that you're at so far. Pardon me. And then you just click View Cart in the upper right, and that'll take you to your cart. Take a close look here at the upper right. That blue box shows that you're getting free shipping. You're eligible for free shipping on this order because it's over $100. That little yellow box shows that you've got the preferred customer membership on your order that gives you the deepest levels of discounts for the next 6 to 12 months. And then below that, you've got the items that have been selected. For the exercise here, I selected 9 quarts of the signature series, but that brings us up over $100 for the free shipping. We're saving $34.20. And if you're ready to finish, you click Checkout Now, and that takes you to this screen here. If you haven't signed up with an Amsoil account at this point, just click in the lower right to create a new account. It's going to ask you for some basic information, name, and those types of things. Now let's take a closer look. You'll see this gray shaded box. This is a very important box. This is going to ask you if someone has referred you to Amsoil. And if so, please enter my name. My name is Mike LaPierre. It's spelled right there on the screen for the correct spelling. And also the referral number, 304-555-94. That's how you make sure that Rob and I get credit for this. Now, in the interest of full disclosure, I have signed up for Amsoil under Rob. So when you order using this referral number, Rob and I both benefit. So if you enjoy these podcasts that we're doing, this is a wonderful way to support the podcast, because when you order using this referral number, Rob and I both benefit. And the commissions I make go directly toward offsetting the cost of doing these podcasts. So I thank you in advance for that, for using my referral number. I very much appreciate it. And once you've done that, you just go into the next screen to enter your payment information, and you're done. Now, once you've placed your order that's over $100, and that order includes your Amsoil Preferred Customer Program, you are now eligible to get a free DVD from myself. Now, this is going to be either a muscle car DVD or a vintage snowmobile DVD. Use the email address on the screen, wkspodcasts@gmail.com. Send me an email. Let me know which DVD you would like me to send you, the muscle car or the vintage snowmobile DVD, and I'll get that right out to you. As you're typing in that email, in the subject line, be sure and type in capital letters "free DVD requests" so it stands out as I'm checking my email, and we'll get that right out to you. So I guess the last thing, Rob, that we wanted to talk about is if someone is considering Amsoil as a business opportunity.
Yes. If anybody has a retail or a commercial account and they would like to buy directly from Amsoil, just send Mike a line. He'll show you how to set up and you can buy directly from Amsoil. But if you are interested in starting your own part-time business, a part-time business that can grow into a full-time income, Mike and I will show you the Amsoil marketing plan. Amsoil has a large selection of products that cover almost every application. So it doesn't matter if you're into snowmobile, boating, or ATVing or hot rods, we have an oil for every application. It's a fun type business that's I really enjoy doing. Where else can I go and have fun and make money doing it? And Mike and I are here to help you all the way along. If you need any help on how to promote or to find new accounts, we're here to help you.
For sure, for sure. So when you sign up under that that number, this 304-555-94, you're getting Rob and I as a team. Now, Rob has been doing Amsoil for 40 years. Can you believe that? 40 years. So he knows every aspect of this business and he knows all of the ins and outs of the products. So he'll be able to help you with any kind of product questions or any kind of questions to show you the different business models that you can do with Amsoil. And then the other thing that you get when you sign up under me is I've got a strong background in social media. So if you need some coaching on how to generate Amsoil leads using Facebook and YouTube, I'm happy to coach you with that when you sign up under Rob and I. You get both of us as a team to help you, to coach you, to support you, whatever you need to get you off and running with this business and having fun with it. Like Rob said, it's an enormous amount of fun. If you're like Rob and I and you enjoy going to any kind of boat shows, car shows, motorcycle shows, snowmobile shows, anything with a motor, you like going to those shows, those events, those races, this is a great way to turn that into a income opportunity for you.
Yes. And just by wearing my Amsoil hat at one of these events, people come up and ask me about Amsoil.
Wonderful.
People don't know where to buy it, and I'm there to help them, show them where they can buy the product.
Perfect. Well, cool. Well, this is great. Any final thoughts, Rob, before we wrap it up?
Amsoil's a fun business. Amsoil's been around since 1968. It was the first synthetic oil to be AI approved.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And that's very early in the game too, isn't it?
Yes.
For sure. Well, good. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for viewing. Hopefully, we've gotten you excited as we are about the Amsoil products. We'd love it if you could join us either as someone who uses the Amsoil products or to join the Amsoil team as a business opportunity. And we thank you so much for viewing. Have a great day.
You have a good day.